Insurance expert Craig Gusson joins us here this morning. Now, we want to talk about a variety of things, get you updated on healthcare insurance. First off, I gave folks a bunch of numbers there on folks that they want to get insured.
Right.
I just heard other reports coming out within the last day or two saying that when Obamacare is fully implemented, no more Americans will be insured than were insured before that plan went into effect. Are you hearing the same thing?
I'm hearing the exact same numbers, and the UPS announcement that came out yesterday was pretty interesting. It only affects management. It doesn't affect the union employees.
Now, this is somebody like, for example, your spouse works
Right.
for another company and is eligible for insurance, but you say, you know what, we'll just put everybody on the same one on the same company. And now UPS is saying, no, you get your own over there, go get it.
They've been doing that for years because it was lower cost at UPS versus getting it at your other job. But UPS is doing what everybody else is doing and saying, wait a minute, if you can get insurance from your employer, spouse, let's do that because we can't afford it. And everybody's doing it. It's been one of the big issues the last 6 to 12 months.
Now, I want to talk about disability insurance here because I know that's what you're prepared to talk about today. But one other quick question. We're talking scams to do with the lottery today. You mentioned when you walked it through the door, hey, Mark, do you want to talk about scams to do with healthcare?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of this, but this is going to be huge.
It is, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a phone call one day saying, for $250, we can show you how you can get your health insurance for free. Because maybe you don't make, like you just talked about, a lot of money. So if you're making, let's say, $12,000, $15,000 a year, $20,000 a year, you might be able to get your health insurance for free. So you don't have to pay anybody to get it. You can go to Covered California. They can help you. You can work with your agent. They will help you. There's a lot of people out there that would do it for free. So when you start getting these phone calls, for so much money we can do it, nobody ever charges money to help you get insurance. We get paid by the insurance company. Anybody that's going to help you is going to get paid by Covered California or some other entities. So when you hear that, just hang up the phone.
Okay. Let's talk about disability insurance now. What do you see happening with that? This is the insurance that when you get injured, you're supposed to be able to get a certain percentage of your income to live on.
Correct.
And your employer is supposed to pay into the disability insurance program so that is available to you.
Right. So what happens is right now, 27% of all the people in America have any kind of disability insurance, either on their own or through their job. The problem is a lot of people think that, okay, if I become disabled, I'm going to get state disability, which is true. In California, we have that. They replace about 55% of your income, but they only pay you for 12 months. If you have a disability and you're out for 3 months to have a baby, like Heather has and others, yes, you're going to get paid by state disability. But if you're out of work 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, where are you going to get the money? Under the health care reform laws, the biggest argument you had 3 or 4 years ago was that we needed to get health care reform in place because too many people go bankrupt because of their health bills, which was true. But that wasn't the whole issue. The issue isn't the medical bills, it's you're not working. You have no money coming in. Even if your spouse is working, you're looking at both incomes to pay the bill. So you have no money coming in, you still have your mortgage payment or your rent, you still got your car payment. San Diego Gas and Electric, which is having a rate increase, still wants their money, everybody else does. So you start borrowing money left and right to pay the bills, and all of a sudden you're sitting with this incredible debt that you can't pay because your credit cards are maxed, you borrowed from everybody you know. What are you going to do? You're going to have to go bankrupt. It had nothing to do with the health insurance, it had to do with you didn't have disability insurance to replace your income.
Okay.
So that's one of the big concerns that we have is, what are you going to do? Most people, 70% of the households today depend on 2 incomes. And if one's gone, everybody says, well, I got my wife working. Well, that's true to a point, but if you're that disabled, she's going to be home taking care of you. And that's a big concern that we have.
Okay, so that's something that we should be keeping an eye on here going
Definitely
forward.
Think about it and talk to your employer and say, what can you get for us? There's some really good plans you can get to your employer that will be low cost. And you also want to pay it out of your pocket because then it's tax-free versus your employer paying.
All right, Craig Gusson, again, if you have any questions at all, you can get in touch with Craig, and he's the guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you again probably next week for another update.